Santa Claus is inappropriate. He's too busy messing with ho-ho-hos. Oh, hey.
Oh, Shannon. Oh, hey.
Oh, Matches. Sorry, I was just being precocious.
Oh, nice.
What's up, my man?
Hi, not much. I'm glad to see you.
Yes, I'm glad to see
camera?
you, too. I'm glad to see you as well. You know my dad, I bet your dad said this when you were growing up. Whenever he'd leave somewhere, he'd be like, well, I'm glad you got to see me.
No.
No? That's okay. It can't just be my dad, but my dad was like, hey, glad you got to see me.
That's funny. Yeah, we got see you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile, that kind of stuff. But
Nice. My wife, apparently, her family had see you at the Zulu and like a whole bunch of others, like an animal menagerie of jokes.
That reminds me, I cannot believe that freaking family bought a freaking zoo.
You talking about Matt Damon's family in the movie? The documentary, We Bought a Zoo?
Yeah, the documentary, yeah.
Oh, okay. Was that based on a true story?
I think it was, yeah, but loosely based, yeah.
Okay. I thought it could have been a series of movies like, we bought a piranha farm. Just like different things. We bought an old nuclear reactor. Wait, what?
We lost the kids. They were the first to go.
We bought some people on Craigslist. Something's wrong.
Nice.
Well, speaking of something wrong, it's time for Are You Ready, Matches?
I'm ready, Shannon.
All right. I'm more ready than I've ever been. It's time for NOMS Podcast.
NOMS Podcast.
Yeah, baby. I turned into Oprah on that one. Which stands for
Nerding Out with Matches and Shannon.
That's right. I am the Shannon, and you are
the Matches. That's
right. And we finna light this fire, baby. It is Christmas time almost. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Yeah, it's good. I like Christmas.
Were you pushing on?
It's okay.
Like your voice gets higher when you're bored. I'm a little excited. My wife says when I get upset, I sound like Jeff from the cartoon Clarence.
I don't know if I know that one.
With that.
Yeah, I don't know if I know that one.
I do not.
That's funny. What am I hearing?
But there's nothing to be upset about because we are NOMS, and every week what we do on this beautiful little disaster, we talk about a movie, and we have help from an old pair of friends that we never actually met, but I feel like we do really well every week. Who's that?
I would like to. That is Siskel and Ebert.
Would have been nice to know them.
Our brothers Siskel from different mothers.
That's true. They're now writing movie reviews in the sky. Do you think they look down and they're like, I would have added more lighting on that. And why can't this administration be more like the Money Pit?
That's true. Yeah.
That's true, yeah. But yeah, Siskel and Ebert, they were great reviewers back in the day. And what we do is we take a movie they reviewed and we talk about it. And 10 times out of 10, we've seen the movie. Maybe we haven't seen the movie in a while. Maybe
maybe not.
Yeah, we sprinkle in some fun facts and some bone bows and non sequiturs. Puppeteers.
That's
and
right.
Tonight, since it's almost Christmas, Matches, what movie are we doing?
Well, Margot, we're doing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Why is the carpet wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot. Is that
One
right?
of the many quotable lines from this. Now you don't love this movie as much as I do. This is like the Love Actually of this week.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, see, I love this movie. This movie is one of my absolutely favorite Christmas movies. My wife loves it. My parents love it. Tried to get Rocket to watch it, and I'll tell you what happened with that later. It didn't go great, but not horrible. But it's just attention was gone. The first time I saw this movie, of course, it's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the third in the Vacation series with Chevy Chase and the lovably just.
That's right. It was the third. I forget about European Vacations.
A lot of people do forget about European Vacation.
That was the same lady who directed Clueless.
Oh, Amy Heckerling?
Yeah. Heckerling, yeah. It was, nice. Yeah. She wasn't in her game. She said she wished she had done a little better on that. So.
I remember really liking European Vacation when I was younger. And I got older and I've watched it recently. And it's okay. To me, the best is, of course, National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah,
First time
the
Griswolds go on a horribly just disaster trip. It's great. And my second favorite is Christmas Vacation. It's right up there with me. Christmas
Vacation is great. There's nothing wrong with it. You're setting yourself up to watch Chevy Chase being set up to improv a lot.
Yes.
in different
Yes.
little branches of the movie, you know. And
Yes,
this is,
yes.
you know, just over the hump of his prime, you know, like he was just leaving that.
Well, it's funny you should say that because John Hughes, the great John Hughes, of course, you know, hey, we love him. A lot of, I mean, you think about half the movies we watched growing up, John Hughes had something to do with it. And
That's
John
true.
Hughes wrote, do what?
That's true.
Oh, yes, sorry. I agree. John Hughes wrote National Lampoon's Vacation. He did not write European, but there were elements of his writings that were, he got a story credit. He got a credit. So he was asked to write the third one. And he said basically, because I don't want to do another one because these are basically becoming Chevy Chase vehicles. And but he said, but I have a story that I wrote called Christmas 59. So he took Christmas 59 and adapted it into the screenplay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, nobody liked Chevy back then. I didn't realize.
We're going to talk about how Chevy Chase might be a little difficult. It is sad that like people
he was brilliant in his improv and did what, Caddyshack. The first time I saw Caddyshack all the way through, I was like, wow, this guy's brilliant. Like, he's just amazing at what he does.
There's a reason why. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, he's just amazing at what he does, you know. And there is a reason.
I mean, there's a reaon why he was only on one season of Saturday Night Live and left voluntarily. You know?
Yeah.
He was the
Everyone
first
hated him, and he was awful.
Oh well, that too. That too. He was a bit of a jerk. But we'll talk about all that later. But the first time I saw this movie when it came out in '89 was a school trip with, and you can laugh all you want, but your school had this club too. A lot of schools in the South and the Midwest, and some in the North too, had a club called FFA. That's right. Future Farmers of America. That's right. I would say about 75% of us at FFA did not go into agriculture, but it was fun.
Really?
It was a good way to meet girls. And in my tiny school, FFA was like the number one club besides basketball. You were either in one or both, you know? And I was in both. Yeah, I set the bench in both. But FFA was great. So this was my very first FFA Christmas party. And what we would do is we would go to Magnolia. Yeah. We would eat at a big restaurant, normally the Rails. You know, the old school Rails, if you're
Huge
going to
restaurant,
shout out to Rails. Yeah. And then we'd all go to the Cameo, and we'd all go see different movies. And we all had a choice of the three movies. And so a bunch of us went to go see National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Now, I had heard of National Lampoon, and I had heard of the Vacation movies. I didn't know anything about them at that time. So I thought maybe it was like Saturday Night Live, like it was the same actors doing different characters in each movie. It was like an ensemble. Yeah, kind of bringing it
sense.
to it. And yeah. So I had no idea what to expect. I'm like, oh, hey, Chevy Chase. Oh, okay. You know, I hadn't seen Vacation yet. This was my first one to see.
Yeah.
But the minute I saw this movie, I cracked up because it begins with an animated opening. And, you know, where Santa is trying to deliver Christmas to the Griswolds. And, of course, things are going wrong. You know, he has to use Rudolph's little tracking light in his nose to get there. And things go wrong for poor Santa. Because the Griswolds, as we're going to find out, when they try to have a vacation or do anything, what happens, Mashes?
Disaster happens, Shannon.
Yes. And Chevy Chase is really good at that kind of comedy. That kind of aloof, you know.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He does cocky well, like he did cocky well in Caddyshack. And then he does aloof and unaware of the destruction he's causing in these movies.
Yeah. And he does a good job of playing the dad who's just focused on wanting to have a good Christmas and being a dad and being a husband and also being completely calamitous, I guess. Like,
and oblivious to the chaos.
Yeah.
So let's get into this review. I have a feeling, I don't think critics really like this movie. I have a feeling they all thought it should have stopped with Vacation.
I mean, yeah, back then maybe. I don't know. I would still give it a good score even though it's not my favorite, you know?
Well, it's been reappraised as a Christmas classic. You know,
A lot of things have since then, since they came out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard, It's hard doing these Ebert reviews where they've never seen these before and they're saying things that we don't like about our movies.
Right. I'm going to guess that they really liked Vacation, is my guess.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Yeah, you can't not like Vacation.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they could. I mean, it's possible.
I don't know. That's true. Well, without any further ado, let's grab a Wally World mug of eggnog. Let's get Snots the dog out from that tree. And let's get Aunt Bethany to say the best blessing you've ever heard in your life. Play ball! National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation! Merry Christmas. Crappers broke.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. This movie is
I don't think we can say that.
Quotable.
Dang it.
Can say what? Merry Christmas?
Yeah, we can't say that. I don't think.
I know a lot of Southern people who say it like that.
Okay, good. All right, it's Southern. That's what it is.
It's a Southern thing. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
You could also do the more mix of Merry Christmas. How are you? Merry Christmas. Nice to meet you. Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Thank you. And so we're going to see what Siskel and Ebert thought about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Are you a National Lampoon fan, Matches? Are you a big fan of the lampooning?
Yeah, and I really like the movie about how it all got started. Did you ever see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I forget what it's called, like Extremely Vile. It's
something like that. I can never remember what it's called, so I have to like Google National Lampoon movie. Because I don't know what it's called.
Well, National Lampoon started off as a humor magazine, and they branched off into movie making with, of course, one of the funniest films of all time, Animal House.
Yeah, and it started at Harvard, I guess, is what it was.
Yes, the Harvard Lampoon.
Yeah, the Harvard Lampoon.
That is true. And they also had a radio hour that was the beginnings, I would say, of the casting of Saturday Night Live, because Chevy Chase was on there, John Belushi, Aykroyd. Yeah,
I think Charlie Kaufman wrote for the National Lampoon,
I think so.
The paper. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people.
Yeah. And so, but then there's only, I'd say there's less than a handful of movies with the National Lampoon title that are actually good.
Oh, there's some stinkers out there. There are, but there's some good stuff in all of them, I think. There's
as
a
much
couple
as I
of
love
good parts.
Ryan Reynolds is my man. I love him.
Don't you say it.
Van Wilder is not a French film.
Is it not good?
There are parts, he's good. I like him in the movie. He's hilarious.
Yeah, well, whoever that movie was about had a movie about him recently with him in it, I think.
Kaufman.
Kaufman, is that The Machine or something?
Yeah, the shirtless comedian who's always sweating.
Yeah, apparently
he was Van Wilder. It was based on him.
That's crazy. I think
that is crazy. Well, speaking of crazy, let's see what our boys, Kristen Kringle, aka Siskel and Ebert, thought about what movie, Matches?
Not Love Actually.
Chevy Chase tries to survive a family get-together in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's one of 5 new movies we'll review this week on Siskel and Ebert, and I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times.
And I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune.
I'm just glad they said who they were. I was confused.
This one isn't even remotely funny. It also lacks enterprise. It's the only film in the series where the Griswold family doesn't go anywhere. They stay stuck in their suburban Chicago home. Some vacation. The joke here is that all sorts of weird relatives descend on the Griswold household, upsetting everything and everyone. After the in-laws show up, it's suddenly scuzzy cousin Randy Quaid and family. The humor is mostly slapstick, bad slapstick, as, for example, when Chevy Chase is locked in his attic by his mother-in-law.
Ooh. Oh.
Everybody loves Clark Griswold.
So they're not having a good time with this baby so far. At least Gene's not.
Gene isn't. Gene seems to be... I think after this show, he actually went to the hospital to get whatever was there removed from his butt. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Shannon.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He couldn't concentrate. He is being so mean. He's like, it's not funny. It's slapstick. I know I'm sounding like Alan Rickman.
He's being truthful to his own truth. It's okay.
His truth is in a sea of truthiness. I knew he'd say this, but I disagree with him. You got to surrender your brain sometimes and just enjoy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see what else he has to say.
I only laughed twice out of perhaps 100 attempts at humor in this picture, and one of them was when Chevy Chase lights up his house with Christmas lights. There are a lot of lights. In fact, it looks like the sun is in that neighborhood. But other than that, the humor is all of the nerdy in-law, nerdy neighbor variety. There's no comic energy in the story. The Griswolds can be funny when they go on vacation, but not here when they stay stuck at home.
Well, I probably laughed more than twice, and I would probably give it a better review than you would, but I can't recommend it. And it seemed to me that what we had here were all the elements, and they just weren't quite firing. For example...
It's strange how much people love this movie today, and how what we're hearing right now, because it wasn't that long before it was a Christmas classic, I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it has
funny.
been.
Well, I mean, like I said, when it first came out, I saw it in the theater and I laughed really hard. Yeah. And then I didn't see it. I didn't even think about the movie for like at least a good 7 years, so like 96, you know? When I was at the first college I was at, and some friends of mine were like, we're going to go watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And I'm like, I haven't heard of that movie in forever. Let's go.
Nice. Yeah.
And it just
Chevy's improv was brilliant in this, and I can say this not liking him so much, but like, yeah, he's really good in this. I think like all this stuff is really great.
Right. I mean, you can't separate the art from the artist in this case because he might be a jerk in real life, but he brings it. You know.
Yeah, it's true.
He does bring it. Yeah. I will say this: I figured they'd be upset that they weren't on vacation, but see, this time the chaos and the hilarity comes to them. You know?
It's true. I never thought about it being disappointed in it that they weren't off on vacation and just in their house.
Right.
And then, Home Alone comes along and they love it. So it's like, pick a side.
I know.
But when the in-laws turn up, they're not very funny, and they're not really differentiated, and they're not really made very interesting.
They're just standard joke in-laws. I mean,
yeah. In other words, nothing is really done with them. And the whole business of how he gets trapped in the attic, you can see how that could lead to a whole series of physical gags, but really, they don't quite pay off. And over in the movie, I kept thinking, gosh, it's here. If they just give it that extra push. Maybe it's the director or...
Well, I'll tell you, the director
couldn't quite get it over the top.
It's a first-time director who comes from making TV commercials, and he doesn't make the transition very well. In addition, I really didn't like the film and felt disappointed in it because they can be funny on vacation. Why not take...
I was going to say the director, Jeremiah Chechik, I think is his name.
Chechik, yeah.
Yeah. He did Benny and June after this, which is wild because... who was it, Nora Ephron that wrote that?
Did she? Okay.
I think so.
I wasn't sure who was involved behind the scenes in that.
Because we were talking about it not long ago, and you were talking about Benny and June, and I was like, I think that's what it was. But he did a lot of TV after that. Like he did some episodes of Burn Notice and 8 episodes of Reginald the Vampire recently. So.
Oh, seriously? So he's still working?
Yeah,
I love Reginald the Vampire. He's such a
I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
It's fun. It's not the best show, but it is fun. It's a cuddly Canadian vampire.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I'd like to watch that.
It's the very likable. I forget what his name is, but he plays Ned from the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. That's him.
Jacob something. Yeah. No, I was going to say the director, okay, so he did this, and like you said, he did do Benny and June. He did the remake of Diabolique in the 90s with Sharon Stone and Chaz Palminteri. But he also did, and this may be why he didn't do a lot of movies after that, he also did the mid-90s ill-fated movie version of the TV show The Avengers. Not the one that Joss Whedon did. Not Marvel Comics related.
Yeah, the one from the 90s with Uma Thurman and...
Ralph Fiennes.
Was it Ralph Fiennes?
Connery. Yeah, Sean Connery is the villain.
Unfortunately, that didn't do so well. So
No. I remember watching it in the theater and thinking, yeah, this is fun. And then after I was like, no.
Oh, no.
It was like too slick. Like, oh, hello.
Yeah,
the joke.
Didn't really say anything or do anything, I think. But yeah, let's get back to the review. All right.
Yeah, let's get back to them eviscerating National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
They're almost done.
Take them on a trip again. It works twice. Why keep them stuck at home in one location? I thought of Cannonball Run 2, where they didn't have the energy or the wherewithal to take the people on a real cross-country trip.
Yeah.
Why not take these people on a trip?
I'm not sure that's why they didn't go on vacation here, but I wish the movie had gone a little bit more somewhere than where it went.
Wow. So they didn't like it.
Ebert gave it a chance at least, which I kind of figured. He seems to be more user-friendly, like, come on, back off a little.
Yeah, he is. For sure, yeah.
Whereas
he wants to have a little fun.
Siskel's like, it's a festering, flaming bag of dog crap. And Ebert's like, well, yes, but the dog crap can be fun. You can turn it into stuff. You can mold it.
That's true.
It's true, much like real dog crap. So the reason that Chechik guy was directing it, do you know who originally was going to direct National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
I do. It was Christopher Columbus.
In 1492, he sailed a movie and made it for me and you. That's right.
No.
And do you know why Chris Columbus took off?
Because he didn't get along with Chevy Chase, like a lot of people back then. And even though he needed the money, and 2 weeks later he was handed the script to Home Alone. So
John Hughes did it as a favor. He's like, you know what? You've been through a lot.
Yeah, and he did well. He did more than just well.
one of the most successful movies of all time, sir.
Freaking nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny that Chevy Chase has such a bad reputation because he's worked with, I mean, I don't know if he's worked with some people again and again and again, and there's got to be some people that like him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's got to be. But
yeah, I think he's comedically brilliant. I tried to watch his talk show in 1993. I didn't hate it.
yeah, it was fine. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but his stuff in the beginning, I thought it was funny because Beverly D'Angelo did an interview recently, and she said all that stuff with the sticky hands at the beginning off the tree, the stuff that's sticking to him. His hands aren't sticky. He's really improving all that stuff.
That's right. Oh, that's...
and it looks like it's sticky, but he's like just kind of holding his thumb under, or like, it's not, it's on her hair or whatever.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. All that was him just improving in the moment.
He pulls her hair. He's tearing apart the magazine. And this whole time while he's sticking to her, literally, she's telling him that maybe having a big family Christmas at home isn't the best idea because of their history of, she goes, you always put too much into everything and overdo it. And she mentions like vacations,
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep.
Now
Apparently getting their family together is a big mistake usually. So they're all going to be together in that one house. I mean, it's a big house, but there's a lot of family.
So let's talk about that family. Okay, let's start with the kids.
Okay.
The Russ and Audrey, the kids, In National Lampoon's Vacation, the first and best, let's be honest, the best, love that movie. His kids are played by Mr. Who?
Mr. Anthony Michael Hall.
Dana Barron.
I don't remember the other one.
Yeah, Dana Barron.
Was it really?
Audrey. I don't know what she did a whole lot after that. I know she was probably the prettiest Audrey, in my opinion. So when they got ready to make European Vacation, they told Dana Barron, "Hey, we're going to bring you back to play Audrey. But all of a sudden, like, they couldn't get Anthony Michael Hall because by then he was like a big star. He was doing some weird science. He was in a club. There was breakfast. He was counting candles. He was blowing your mind. And so they just recast the kids, which sometimes you do in film, right? But then they decide,
which is fine.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Pretty much, I don't even know the name of the kid that played Russ. He was like a taller Anthony Michael Hall, right? Didn't he seem like a taller one?
I guess so. I don't even remember that one very well.
I did not like Audrey. She was, you could leave her. And I'll tell you a little bit later how, So, so they had that. And then in Christmas Vacation, they decided to keep the joke running by hiring new actors to play Russ and Audrey. So that's one of the running jokes of the vacation movies, is that there are always different actors playing the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking Juliette Lewis did it in European Vacation too, but I guess not. Like, it was all different.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, that way, like, Clark and Ellen can be like the same age because their kids aren't aging, or they are. Like sometimes Russ is older than Audrey, and sometimes Audrey's older than Russ.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because, so Juliette Lewis and our favorite, what's his name? We love him on The Big Bang Roseanne. What's his name? Johnny Galecki. Not a huge.
That's right. Not a huge the one and only.
Fan, but I liked him in this movie. And what's funny is
he's great.
I always forget that's Johnny Galecki every time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like him at first, and because right after that he was on Roseanne looking like he does now.
True.
Basically,
when did he get on Roseanne? 94, 95?
It couldn't have been too far away, or at least the same year. I don't know. When was Roseanne though?
88, and I wasn't really watching the show from 92 on.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden in 96, I'm like, who's this David guy? What's going on?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so he was a little later
94.
on that, I guess. Yeah.
So he would have had time to get a man growth spurt. And then for the...
Yeah. I always liked Mark, his older brother.
Oh, yeah. What's it? Glenn Quinn. R.I.P.
Doyle.
Rest in peace, Doyle. Good old Glenn Quinn.
That's right. Yeah. I remember thinking, oh, wow, he has a really bad Irish accent in this. It turns out he's actually Irish.
It's real. Kind of like I thought Kurt...
That was an angel.
Kind of like I thought Kurt Russell's mustache in Tombstone was ridiculous, and it was real. And I thought it was fake. Yeah, they were all real.
Oh, they had it done up.
And then he did it again in The Hateful Eight, which I feel like was kind of a throwback or callback to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I need to watch that again.
Well,
I liked it.
Back, there was a fourth vacation movie, which I would rather not talk about. Vegas Vacation, and No,
I never
did.
watched
I made
it.
the mistake of going to the theater and paying money. Yeah. Now, I don't know who played Audrey in that one, but young Ethan Embry played Russ.
Really? Oh, that's right. I do
Preston.
remember that. I think I caught it on
Yeah,
TBS or something.
Preston. He's Preston.
Preston.
That's
Preston.
Right. He had that same year.
Love that
he had
movie
just a few
so
months
much.
before that been in That Thing You Do as the bass player. Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Empire
Yeah.
Records in '95.
Oh yeah, I can't forget that Rex Manning Day.
That's
Every
right.
year is celebrated.
Oh, Rexy is so sexy. Oh man, but yeah, the family. So the kids keep changing. And did you see recently? I think it was like maybe I don't know 9 years ago, 10 years ago. They were doing commercials for some product, and they had a Griswold family reunion. It was a Christmas time, and it was Clark and Ellen, and they had Anthony Michael Hall and Dana Barron, but they also had European Rusty, that guy, and Juliette Lewis was
Really?
there. Yeah, they took the favorites of each. They did not invite European Audrey back, but yeah, because
I just saw the Walmart commercial with Lorelai and
yeah,
Luke.
the Good Works. And there's one commercial with
Yeah. No, I was just saying, yeah, I love it.
Hey, BT Dubs, on another note, in Halloween this year, one of my son's friends, one of Groot's friends, went as Lorelai Gilmore, and her boyfriend went as Luke. Yeah,
Are you
I
serious?
I thought she was just dressing for fall.
Wow.
And she said, I'm Lorelai Gilmore.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
You what? She goes, and I was like, he's Luke, because I could just tell with the hat.
Wow, is that big with the kids these
It was
days?
with
I
her,
guess.
and she said
I think it's timeless.
It's a great show. It's a great
Honestly.
show. Well, I think this movie is timeless. Okay.
Yeah.
And they are having new commercials for something where Clark's lighting the house. Let's talk about the lights on the house real quick. We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
I mean, what do you think? It's one of the pinnacles of the movie, I think.
It is, yeah. I like it when they don't work, of course. I think that's really
You know what I
funny.
mean? Like, and the whole thing, as my wife likes to remind me every time we watch it, it's the wife who figures it out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it was.
remember
Yeah,
D'Angelo? Like, she goes in
I
and
love
flips
it.
on the switch. Yeah, because him and Russ have been working on all these lights, and he makes a big show of it. He has the family like drum roll, and
It's like we checked every one, didn't we?
yep, every bulb, Dad, every bulb, Russ.
Checked every
And when he's
bulb.
finally had enough after
That's crazy. That's crazy. Why don't they make? Do they make Christmas lights now that'll work even if one of the bulbs goes out? Because that's
surely, because
nuts.
I don't think we ever had a problem with that.
Like that was a huge flaw in the system. I'm just saying.
that reminds me, there was an old Christmas parody called "The 12 Things of Christmas That Are Such a Pain to Me," and one was stringing up the lights. Do you remember hearing that on the radio growing up?
Oh, that sounds
Because at
familiar.
one point
Yeah.
he goes, one goes out, they all go out.
Yeah, that's
But
cute.
he
I love
finally
it.
gets the lights on. And it's funny, it's hilarious. And one of my brother-in-laws actually does a light display every year like that in his house. It is very Griswold. You can see it from space. It's like Deck the Halls in real life.
Oh.
Yeah, one of my brother-in-laws, he does that, and it's amazing. He does it every year. It's just like a Griswold display. Yeah.
Really? Huh.
But
that's
as soon as he
cool.
lights
Yeah.
the lights, and they're all out there admiring. By the way, the in-laws played by Diane Ladd, who is the mom of Laura Dern. Yeah, I didn't know if you.
Oh,
knew that.
really?
She's actually worked with her on a few movies.
No, I
Yes,
didn't know
yes,
that.
Diane Ladd. She's been in tons.
Oh.
Diane Ladd is so good. She could be in an Oscar-nominated movie and win an Oscar, and also be in the movie Carnosaur. That's how good Diane Ladd is. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, she was an actress from like the 30s,
She's pretty
maybe.
old. Not the
Or
30s,
is that the one?
no.
Yeah, I think so.
not that
But yeah, Laura Dern. Was that her last? Was that her last movie?
Diane Ladd's been in tons of stuff.
Okay, one of these people was her
It
last
was Aunt
movie. I
Bethany,
can't remember
the
who it
actress
was.
who
but-
played Aunt Bethany.
Aunt Bethany, that's it.
but-
Yeah, yeah.
So the dad, there's Diane Ladd, there's John Randolph, who was a blacklisted actor and still continued to work. yeah.
Really?
And he played Roseanne's. Yeah,
That's fascinating.
He played I remember him playing Roseanne's dad on Roseanne, and then finding out he was abusive and not seeing him the same after that. But the character. The character.
In real life?
The character. Let me add that. The character.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Well, he was
I mean, but it wasn't
blacklisted.
for
So
that. I'm sure he was fine.
So was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, so was Robert
Whatever.
Downey
He liked to party.
And then you got the lovable Doris
Yeah, Robert.
Roberts as one of the in-laws, from Everybody Loves Raymond, doing
Oh,
what
yeah.
Doris Roberts always did.
Not everybody loves Raymond,
Most.
Shannon.
Not everybody hates Chris.
No.
Everybody loves Terry Crews, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Terry
Doris
Crews
Roberts,
is great.
doing
That's
her
the one.
her best. Like that one part when the family comes rushing in, and it's almost like a horror movie. Like every member of the family looks up and they can sense they're there. It's almost like a horror film. Like they're coming. The door opens and they rush through. And Doris Roberts, they're doing these quick one-liners, and she goes to Ellen. She goes, "I have hemorrhoids now. Can you believe that?"
I love
And
that.
You got E.G.
Yeah.
Marshall. You got
That's
E.G.
good.
Marshall, who is not the dad from Christmas Carol. Often I would confuse them. He's not. That is, No. That's Darren McGavin. Lovable Darren McGavin. Happy Gilmore's dad. I mean, not Happy Gilmore. Billy
nice.
Madison's
Okay.
dad. Billy Madison.
Yeah. Billy Madison. Yeah, that's it. Love that.
But
guy.
anyway, as soon as he lights the lights, who shows up, Matches?
As soon as he lights the lights, who shows up?
Come on.
But
No.
Santa Claus?
Better than Santa Claus, Clark. Come on.
Uncles?
Who's better than Santa Claus?
Uncle, I can't remember his name. Hold on. I know, I got it.
Cousin.
No, I've gone blank. Cousin,
No,
not uncle.
not
Yeah.
creepy uncle.
Cousin Ralph.
Are you
Cousin,
serious? Cousin Eddie.
Jacob. Cousin Eddie. Thank
Played
you.
by
Okay.
the, let's just say less is more in real life, Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. Yeah. I couldn't remember his real name either. I just went
Randy
blank
Quaid's
there.
always had this gift for playing.
I'm the special boy.
No,
I'm a special boy.
I think you are. You're a Christmas tree topper. Yeah. Randy Quaid had this knack for playing like over the top, annoying but lovable characters, and in real life he's kind of gone a little bit in the stratosphere. We'll just say that. I don't know. Don't want to judge. But
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It's a bit of a smoke, a little bit too
I
much of
think
that
so.
wacky weed.
I think so. Yeah,
I
a
guess
little bit too much staring at the sun for too long. But in the first vacation, you remember they go to visit them as they're on the road to Wally World. They visit cousin Eddie and his wife, played by Miriam Flynn. And cousin Eddie, like they did a lot in between those two movies to make him less creepy. Because in the first, like he's hilarious in the first movie, but he's a little creepy.
Yeah, for sure. I think that works for like that kind of thing. I don't know. They're going for that kind of humor, I guess.
Well, here's the
that's
thing.
fine.
It works as a side character. Randy Quaid is great as Cousin Eddie. You know what it doesn't work?
Yeah.
If Cousin Eddie's the lead of your movie.
As a main character?
And the reason I say that, there was a sequel to this film.
Uh-huh.
Yep. No one remembers it. It was a 2003 made-for-NBC TV movie, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, Eddie's Island. Or something like that.
Are you serious?
Cousin Eddie and his family won a trip to a secluded island with a whole bunch of other people. I don't know what happened. I didn't watch it. I didn't want to watch it. But I do know that Dana Barron comes back as Audrey. Yeah.
Interesting.
Him,
Okay.
Him, Marion Flynn, and her are the only original cast members. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, and much like Russ and Audrey, Eddie and his wife's kids changed movies too. In fact, I don't even know. Yeah, or they may have just had a bunch of them. Yeah, because he talks about how the oldest girl's in she's in the clinic trying to get cured off the wild turkey. And the son is starting his career, and Clark's like, college? He's like, no, the carnival. He's barking for the act, woman.
That's so good.
Yeah, Cousin Eddie comes in, and the house gets even more crowded, and man, there's just so much hilarity. You and I talked about how this seems to be like a series of sketches or just moments instead of like a full movie.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It is beats, like when Clark's in the store and he's, as other vacation movies, kind of flirting with a woman. He kind of can't help that. His eyes wander. It's his season to be merry.
Oh God, yeah, it's so awkward. I remember when I was younger, that lady made me feel funny.
Like telling jokes funny?
Kind of like when we used to climb the ropes in gym class.
Nicolette Scorsese. I don't even know why I know her name. She's not even.
I don't either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She was like a model.
Wasn't she in this like little dream?
Yeah, he has
thing
the
or
dream
whatever
sequence.
Coming up out of the water of his swimming pool.
Yeah, he wants to use his Christmas bonus, which he thinks is coming, to put in a swimming pool. Yeah, for the family to visit.
Yeah, and it looks like a water park swimming pool. Like, it doesn't look like your average plan for. It's a huge swimming
And I'm
pool.
telling you,
Yeah.
man,
But we get Brian Doyle Murray in this too, and I like him, even though the movie's not my favorite. It doesn't hold my attention. I don't know why. I'll just fall asleep. I don't fall asleep during movies, but I'll just like wander off and fall asleep in a corner when this movie's on.
But there's just so much wackiness. And you said Brian Doyle Murray, being of course, Bill Murray's third other brother, I think half brother.
Half brother.
Yeah. Which I didn't know they were brothers, and I would never would have saw it till I saw them all together. And yeah, he talked about his half brother writing Caddyshack, and I'm like, wait a minute, or co-writing. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But yeah, he plays his boss, and at one point, remember he calls him Mark, Bill. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because he gets it right at the end. I thought that was great.
And, and that part when he walks away from Clark Griswold, and I'm going to clean it up because my mom's probably listening. But you remember he goes, Merry Christmas,
Oh.
kiss my butt,
Merry
kiss
Christmas.
his butt, kiss your butt, Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids.
Yeah. That was so good, I thought.
Yeah,
That's
there's
cute.
so many great, like, rants in this movie and moments where Clark just loses.
Well, I like the ending when he's talking about his boss after he finds out he got a Jelly of the Month Club, which your shirt says Jelly of the Month Club, Shannon. I don't know if you knew that.
It's a gift that keeps on giving. Oh.
Gift that keeps on giving. That's right, Eddie.
That's right.
But it was improv, except for the cast had hung like signs on their necks of things for him to add at different times or whatever if he so chose to. So a lot of those things he called them were just hanging around their necks and things that he made
I
up
actually have
himself.
it right here if you would like to go over all the things he said.
Absolutely. I want that so bad.
When he gets the Jelly of the Month Club membership instead of his bonus, as he thought he was getting, someone asked him what he wants. He's like, hey, if any of you guys are looking for any last-minute gift ideas, I have one. I like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want a bra from his happy holiday slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people. And I want a bra right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him are you ready? Cheap, lying, no good, rotten, far-flushing, low-life, steak-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, hurtless, hopeless, heartless, fat butt, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed, sack of monkey crap he is. Hallelujah! Holy crap! Where's the Tylenol?
Wow, was that
I
it?
had to write that down because I was like, we got to talk about that. So you said they wore signs to build it?
The cast wore signs on the opposite side of him, and it just said different words, and he could pick and choose those if he wanted to,
I would love
or make
to
up
see
his
some
own.
deleted
So,
scenes.
yeah,
They're like,
yeah, absolutely.
that is hilarious, man. That's. And then, of course, we've talked about Todd and Margot. His neighbor is played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus and some other guy.
Yeah, I don't know that guy, but they were great together.
At the time, she had literally just started Seinfeld, or it was called in the first season The Seinfeld Chronicles. So, yeah, I remember it was a mid-season replacement, and I had heard of this. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I watched it. I remember watching it because I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be fun."
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say that had to be the same year as Seinfeld.
Yeah. It
That's
started
crazy.
technically in the 88-89 season, and it was the mid-season replacement.
Yeah, it didn't get popular till 3 years later.
It wasn't until 90 or 91. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, she was just showing how funny she was. Like, of course, Clark Griswold is probably a terrible neighbor in real life, but in the movie, yeah.
Oh, probably. Yeah, and these guys were some yuppie people to be like New Yorkie type people to be stuck in wherever they are. It's like they don't even live in that place. They're just working there or something. I guess they do, but
a big city, because remember when they go he works in the city, and when they go shopping, they've got the hey Santa Claus,
Yeah.
Santa Claus, Santa Claus.
Those are some city slickers right there.
Yes, they were little.
I don't know what they're doing there, but
As my mom would say about someone who's showing off. Oh, they're showing their butt. They're showing their butt.
that's what they say in this house.
That's what we said in our house. Oh, she was showing her butt. Let me tell you something. But yeah, Todd and Margot, constantly the target, or I guess you could say the victim of Clark's stuff. With the ice going through the window, making everything wet, and
yeah, I love that. Where did it go? I mean, like they were looking around for what did it, but where did the? Oh, it was an icicle. I thought it was like a branch or something like that with ice on it.
When he moved the gun to the icicle, popped out, hit the window, broke their CD player.
That's right.
And got the carpet wet.
Yeah.
Todd.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's so
There's
good.
just so much about this movie that's so fun that makes it a Christmas tradition for me and for many others. And for matches in bits and pieces.
Yeah, I like it in bits and pieces. I think I've seen most of it in bits and pieces.
And
through
you're
the
not
years.
wrong about it being a series of things, because he has the rant about like when things are finally going wrong. We haven't even mentioned Uncle Lewis and Aunt Bethany coming over, and they're so the very, very funny and the very valuable. I just forgot his name. The guy who played Uncle Lewis. What was his name? He talked like this a lot. I know his name all the time.
Yeah, I know that guy from stuff, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he was in Nightmare Before Christmas. He was in everything. He was in Pritzy's Honor. He was Pritzy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
William,
the titular character.
William Hickey. Yes.
William Hickey, yeah.
He
That's
ends
it.
up lighting the tree on fire.
It's a funny name.
Aunt Bethany, do you remember what
My tree.
they brought as presents?
Oh, no, I don't
Something
remember.
had like some kind of gelatin or slime coming out of it, and they weren't sure what it was. And then the other box was moving and going, meow, meow. She wrapped her cat.
It was her own cat, yeah. Why did she do that?
But they let the cat.
I mean, and the cat doesn't make it through the movie. I just want to say that not at all.
That cat must have. Oh, what is it? And he says whatever. Okay, so for people who don't know, the cat chews on the lights and goes, helps burn the tree down almost. Well, no, that's Uncle Lewis.
It's under the chair.
And it bites into the lights and the power goes out. And there is like a streak that used to be a cat shape under. And what does Eddie say to you?
It's just like fur around it.
What does Eddie say to you, River?
Oh, gosh.
Okay, I'll say it. If that
can't
cat had
remember
9 lives,
Go ahead,
he'd just
yeah.
spin all of them.
That's
And then
right.
Uncle Lewis ends up accidentally setting fire to the tree with the stogie. So Clark, losing his mind, goes outside, literally cuts down a tree, puts it in, and it's not supposed to be in the house. It's way too big. And that's when he has one of my favorite lines when he's like, where are you going? Where are you guys going? They're going to leave and go to a hotel. No, nobody's going anywhere. We're all in here. We're at the threshold of hell, That is just one of my favorite lines.
Nice.
Oh, and I almost forgot. The beginning,
nice.
when they're driving to get the tree. And
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
literally
Okay.
The
The truck tries to run him off the
and then
road.
He, like a lot of people, gets road
yeah.
rage and follows the truck and ends up doing what, Matches? Where does the car end up?
He ends up underneath a semi. Like in between I guess it's a logging truck, and then he's in between the wheels. It's wild.
And Ellen starts saying a prayer, and she's like, "Dear Lord, please forgive my husband, who really knows not what he does."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Amen." Oh gosh, that's so funny.
I like it. That truck that was actually behind him the whole time, that blue Chevy, is a famous truck.
Is it the Sanford and Son truck color?
They used... No, it's actually Kurt Russell's work truck in Overboard.
What? I mean, that would have come out after.
Yeah, it's just a random thing I
Really?
found. I don't
My wife loves
Yeah.
Overboard. I'm going to have to
Yeah, it was...
watch that again and see.
Yeah, watch it and see. Yeah. That's what it said. That's what the fun fact said. I don't know.
It's
Don't
a
ask
fun
me.
fact. That's
I
what
got
makes it so
nothing.
much fun.
I write them down. Yeah.
And we just take them in all delicious.
Like at the end where Beverly D'Angelo cups
Okay.
his crotch when they all stop.
Okay. Well,
Do
we
you
got to
remember
say
that?
what led to that. Eddie took Clark at his word, literally went to his boss's house, kidnapped him, put
Yeah.
a bow on him, and put him right there. And then the boss sees the error of his ways. He should have given him the bonuses. And right then, the wife had called.
Yeah, Scrooge becomes a heart and yeah.
Well, who busted the window?
And what
Who
now?
busted into their house?
Oh, the
SWAT
cops.
team.
They knock down the doors. They come through all the windows. It's literally a SWAT team because I guess the boss's wife called it in. I don't know how they traced it to his house.
Well, maybe she could.
Just funny, I guess.
Maybe she could follow the fumes from the RV. I mean,
Maybe, but they bust in and they all stop. And Beverly D'Angelo has her handcuffed around Chevy Chase's
I
crotch.
didn't notice that till I was older.
And she's...
Yeah, the first
Are
time
you
I saw it,
serious? Yeah, she did it. She said the director would not pay any attention to her. And she was so tired of it. She said, I could do anything. And he probably wouldn't even notice. And she goes like that. And he goes, cut, that's a wrap. Didn't even notice she was doing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was tired of it by the end. She was working with some assholes, and she was a woman in Hollywood in the 80s. So,
So was Julie.
Babs has been through a lot. I always want to call her Babs, like the demon from hell. What was she, Barbara Miller in Entourage?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really watch. Sorry, bro. I didn't watch Entourage.
You didn't watch Entourage? Oh, she was great in Entourage. She played one of the higher-ups, I guess, or something somewhere, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
she was
great.
also in this really bad Netflix show with Debbie Ryan and Alyssa Milano. Irresistible or Simply Irresistible? I don't know. So she played a very mad...
I don't know.
Yeah,
Simply
she played
terrible.
she played a terrible pageant, stalk. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, point being, that's funny because I noticed that I was like, why does she grab his crotch?
Yeah, that's why. She was like, I could just do anything. And this guy wouldn't even care. And
You see what you get by watching NOMS? You find out things you didn't know you needed to know, and now you know.
And I get to find these things out and tell them. I'm so happy.
We're doing a service to the people. So, real quick.
That's right. I'm so pleased with myself.
You should be very proud of yourself, Matches. Very proud. So, before we get to the end, have
Thanks,
I mentioned
buddy.
already about how I tried to show this movie to Rocket a few years ago? And okay, so the movie starts off animated, right? And I'm guessing, like some other people, Rocket thought it was a cartoon. So all of a sudden, when it fades to real life, and there's this family in a station wagon driving on the road, she's like, "Oh, I'm out." It just walks up.
Yeah, I remember being disappointed by that kind of stuff, even as an adult.
Oh yeah, thinking, "What a wacky cartoon this would make."
This isn't a cartoon.
Well, my dad nearly walked out of
This
the
is
living
crap.
room, and my mom was showing him Enchanted. You remember that movie with Amy Adams? Yeah, because he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, dang it, baby, did you buy a cartoon DVD?" And she was like, "Hold on, baby."
Our mom was always like that. One day, we rented Babe because, Oscar-winning, wonderful
That'll
movie
do.
Babe, right?
That'll do.
Mom starts crying because we've rented her a children's movie, and she's inconsolable. Because she just wanted to watch an adult movie. And I was like, Mom, it won an Oscar. It's really good. We've seen it. You should watch this. Wouldn't do it.
It
Would
was
not watch
nominated
it.
for Best Picture of all things.
It was hard to shop for her. I'm just saying, it wasn't easy. It couldn't have any adult content, but it had to be
Right, I
adult.
get it, I
So,
get it.
what do you do? What do
Either
you
the
do?
Kirk
I don't
Cameron
understand.
Left
I don't
Behind
know.
movie. I mean, you did that. I know you
Bless
did
her.
that for her.
But yeah.
That's so hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a kid's film.
Oh, she wouldn't do it. She was so mad. And we only did that a couple of times. We rented a children's movie for ourselves, but it's
That's
not
funny.
really.
Well,
It's
did
not-
she like the Rocky
not
movies?
really.
They weren't too adults, They were action and dude.
I don't think she ever got into that,
man.
no. My parents went and saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind in the theater. I remember them
Okay.
telling us that. Yeah. I mean, they enjoy stuff together, before Dad died, I guess. But, yeah, they would watch, Beaches, Steel Magnolias,
that's awesome.
Fried Green Tomatoes in their prime,
And see, my dad, not a big movie fan. If he's in the living room, he'll watch it with my mom.
Are you serious? What does
no,
he
he
watch?
likes-
Does he read? Is he a reader?
Well, yeah, of shampoo. No, he loves watching TV.
What are those
He
things
loves
called?
watching
Books?
TV. He's not much for theatrical films. Let me just say
Okay.
that. Yeah, he's not much for going to films. And when it comes to, he can memorize some movies, though. Let me tell you something. He loves Face Off, just like me and my mom do. He loves the movie Face Off. Because he'll go, "Hey,
Really?
Castle Troy." Woo!
Okay.
A lot. But the...
That's good. I tried to watch it recently. It was longer than I remember
I still
it
love
being.
it. I want to do that movie one day. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And
It takes a hot minute for that movie
it
to
did.
get going,
It
though.
did.
I just
So
want to say.
scientifically accurate.
Nicolas Cage looks great in that movie. He looks
Which
so
time?
good in that movie. It's ridiculous. He's got those just piercing eyes, and he's young,
Break my heart, Kate. Break my heart. But
That's
I have
right.
to tell you one quick story about my mom and dad. So, you remember the movie Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker? Friday on your day off. Okay, one of the best movies ever, right? So my sister had it on VHS.
Yeah.
So I come home one night from work, and it's playing in the living room. My sister had put it on and left, and my parents are watching it. And they are having the best time. They are cracking up so hard. Mom was like, have you seen this?
Oh my gosh, they loved it?
To this day. And my mom, she goes, oh no, I don't watch that. Yeah, that's too silly. My dad still quotes that movie to this day.
That's funny.
He'll say,
wow.
He'll call from across the house, Smokey, what you doing, Smokey?
Oh my God, that's crazy. I love it. It's like how my mom likes Fargo and Pulp Fiction, but heavily edited on network TV.
And now for the Pulp Fiction TV broadcast.
She couldn't do the originals. No, she'd probably watch Friday on edited TV.
She'd love it. Yeah. My parents love it. Yeah. Well, speaking of love, let's wrap up this whole Christmas present.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Yep. Okay, Shannon, what are you thinking about this movie? How many 5 out of 5 somethings are you gonna give it?
I have a top 10 of Christmas films. Number 1, of course, is Die Hard. And you got Scrooge with Bill Murray thrown in there, one of my personal favorites. This one is, and they're not in any order except for Die Hard. This is in my top 10 Christmas movies. I have to watch this more than once every Christmas season. So I'm going to give it...
More than once?
Man, let me think. I should have thought about this ahead of time. Do you want to do yours first? Or are you trapping me again? This is a trap.
I just want to say that Santa Claus flying through the sky while they're singing the Star Spangled Banner is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I can't believe, Siskel and Ebert didn't say anything about that because it's so funny. They're not even singing a Christmas song. It's just the Star Spangled Banner because the lights in the fireworks are so
sewer
good.
With what was from his toilet from the RV, and it got toxic.
Yeah. And it's toxic and glowing. Yeah.
Stogie, of course, threw the match, and it blew up Santa Claus to fly in the air. The decoration.
And later, he just soars across the moon. And they're like,
and Bethany's like, "Take home of the parade."
I'm gonna give it 5. I'm gonna give it 4 Star Spangled Banners out of 5, just for that scene.
Okay. I'm gonna give it. Let's see. I am going to give it 5 Mecca Latiki Makas out of 5 Todd and Margot's. It's one of my favorites.
Nice, I like it. That's good.
It's fun. It's funny. It's a good time. You don't have to think and watch it. It's great. Yes, and possibly the last movie with the National Lampoon banner to be good. I said it. Well, Matches. You know what time it is.
No, I really don't.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. It is close to Christmas time. And you know what we forgot to say about a Christmas Vacation? When they get the tree from the outside, there's a squirrel in it.
Yeah.
And that causes a lot of havoc. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Those should probably stay outside. But speaking of staying outside, I have got, as you know, every week I try to make an awesome, fantastic, just Beyonce-level, William Hung-worthy theme song for our show. And
we know.
I think I've got one. Last week was okay. This one's still seasonal, but I think it's going to move you. I think it's going to cause you to want to make life better and maybe make the world a better place, I think.
Whoa.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. If you're ready, open up your heart. You ready? Here we go. Imagine me very British. Very British. Okay. It's podcast time. No need to worry. At podcast time, we discuss Bill, Dana, Joel, and Brian Doyle Murray. But you're in luck if you're a movie fan. We watch Siskel and Ebert. We're nerding out with Matches and Shannon. There's a world of great movies, but some are awful too. Well, tonight, thank God we're not doing Grease 2. And we'll talk about Nicolas Cage at podcast time. We could talk about how Waterworld went wrong, but there are some that don't listen. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. Do they know it's podcast time at all? We're the nerds. Come on, Matches. Do they know it's podcast time? And we're the nerds. Let them know it's podcast time. And also do stuff that makes the world a better place to feed the children and make the world love each other. Yeah. So I think it's a work in progress. I kind of lost the track a little. What do you think? I had Sting and Phil Collins and Bob Geldof. They just didn't show up.
Don't quit your day job this week, Shannon.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't even know what that was until the end. I'm just saying.
I got the melody a little. I lost the melody a little.
It's fine. It's fine. You'll get it next week. You can't win them all.
I was trying to get Bono to come, and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't besmirch myself with that.
Oh, yeah. He's too busy saving children and getting drugs off the street.
That was enough.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's a Band-Aid. It's definitely
what happened to that guy? Oh, well.
Bono?
Steven Dorff.
Oh! True Detective? Yeah! Season 3. Oh, he was awesome, dude, surprisingly.
Oh, was he? I never saw it. Should I watch it? I don't know if I should.
Oh, you should. Season 3, definitely. Skip Season 2, but Season 3, definitely. And he was Deacon Frost in the first Blade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Like, he was everywhere back then and then just nowhere for years. Like, where was he?
He did disappear. And I swear True Detective 3 brought him back because he was so surprisingly good in that movie.
Oh, wow.
Like, you knew, that show.
Yeah.
You knew Mahershala Ali was going to be good, but he was great.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Along with Scoot McNairy.
Scoot, man. Love that guy.
Yep. All right, we're going to do you have a video corner movie pick of the corner week? Do I need to go first?
I did last week, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Shoot.
Okay. Oh, and I am sorry. I lost the melody for a second there to Do They Know It's Christmas? I don't
I was trying to, what is this? What? I don't understand. What?
I began it, it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, crap.
Oh, no. Hey, Shannon.
Hey, matches.
It's time for my favorite segment. Did you know that?
Oh, yes. Where in the world is Carmen the singer?
No.
No, he's in heaven. He's in heaven, actually. Yes, Good old Carmen.
Okay.
No, it's where in the world is... No, what is this part of the show you're talking about?
It is time for...
Picks and Pans.
No, it's time for... The video movie corner pick of the
week. Coming at you, week with the remix. As they do in Christmas Vacation.
I love it.
That was awesome. Okay,
it's good.
Time for the video movie corner pick of the week. I love it.
It is time for the my favorite. I love it.
Yeah. This is the great part. What do we do in this part of the show, Matches?
This part of the show where we recommend our video movie corner pick of the week, which is just any old, new, or older rental that Siskel and Ebert may not have covered, either before their time or way after their time, or if we're just feeling like something in that time, that's fine too. They reviewed over 9,000 movies, something like that. So we have plenty of show. Like we're never going to run out of show.
Awesome. I think I just heard a few people die a little on the inside. No, I'm joking. No. My wife is glad we do the show. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So what is your video movie corner pick of the week this week?
Well, Shannon, my video movie corner pick of the week is not a Christmas movie.
Oh, that's okay.
It's one of my favorite horror movies.
Oh my
gosh, all time.
Driving Miss Daisy. Okay.
Back in 2018.
Okay.
A little horror movie called Hereditary came out.
Oh! Now, I have yet to see this film.
You have yet to see it. You either love it or hate it. You're not going to know what's going on until someone tells you later, really. Like, once they do, you're like, oh, I really like this movie now.
Well, now you put it that way.
The performances are great. Let's see, who's all in that movie? The one person you'll know for sure is the mother.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I know who she is.
You know who she is. The United States of Terra herself. Who's this? Who's this, Shannon? Who is it?
Well, that would be Muriel for Muriel's Wedding, Toni Collette.
Yeah!
Who I think is very pretty.
She is
I think she's
extremely gorgeous. Yeah, she is just a natural beauty, I think. Always has been, always will be. Yeah, she's perfect. And her performance in this is so good. Ari Aster is a director who appreciates adding, oh gosh, I don't know how to say this, but emotional abuse into his movies. Gaslighting, all kinds of things. The way families, toxic families communicate. He loves this kind of thing. It's in Midsummer. It's in this one. It's especially in Beau is Afraid. It is. It's his language, I guess. Just the messed up skeletons in your closet of your family, I guess, is what he deals with. And this is no exception. So it's hard to explain what this movie is really about, but it is dark. And the script, just reading the script, you can see the whole movie. It's fantastic. It's one of the best scripts I think I've ever read. And A24 was so right to give this guy a chance. I can't remember who championed for him for them to give him a chance, but I'm so glad they did because these movies are so good. They're really unbelievable. The ending of it, I was kind of like, oh, is that what it is? Okay. But all the way through is a good ride. It's got Gabriel Byrne in it.
Whoa.
Yeah. And at that point, I hadn't seen him in forever, and he was very old. I would not have recognized him if I didn't see his name. But he plays the dad. Okay. He plays the husband of her, and they have 2 kids. And it's all about how their family is... I don't know how to say this without spoiling anything, but their grandparents, their ancestors have chosen their family to carry on the bloodline of something, and oh gosh, I'm really bad at this. Like I pick movies that you can't talk about without spoiling them, and I'm not going to spoil it because it's very good.
Sort of a deal with the devil, but not literally.
Kinda, yeah. Kinda literally, kinda not literally, but yeah, it's a wicked movie, and it's not an easy watch, but it's become one of my comfort movies. So
nice.
I can just throw it on in the background.
Movies.
Yeah,
I have heard a lot of description of this movie. Yeah. Not once have I heard the word comfort when it comes to this.
Yeah. It's just it's pretty out there. The music in it's fantastic, I think, and the whole score is just great. I've never heard chords done in this way. And I just love it. I recommend it to everybody who wants to watch a good horror movie, one of the best ones in forever at that point. I think around that time, maybe 2017, we got Ready or Not. That's also a fun horror movie because you get to the end and you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. The whole movie was amazing just because of this ending.
I hear there's a sequel being planned for that. I don't know how that works, but...
Yeah. I mean, it'd have to be a whole different crew and time and, I guess.
Right,
maybe. Or they do a prequel, I guess. Maybe it's a prequel. So.
I know some people call, what's her name, the budget Margot Robbie, but...
Yeah, Samara Weaving is her name.
Yeah.
And I got them confused a lot back then. I really did.
Yes, I can see it in the eyes. They're both Australian, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, they look exactly alike. It's ridiculous.
Redonk.
So
Hereditary,
Midsommar, and Beau is Afraid are 3 of my favorite movies of all time. There's so much to them beyond what's on the surface, I think. So yeah.
Now, let me ask this. Is it an easy watch? Like, I know they call it elevated horror. Could someone who enjoys the Scream movies or, your basic horror slasher enjoy it?
I mean, they're accessible, but they're more artsy than that,
Okay, and I don't mean that rude. You can enjoy any kind of movie.
Yeah. Like, Beau is Afraid is crazy, and everyone should just see it once just to say they did and have their own take on it because it is insane.
Is it better than Mother?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very personal movie to Ari Aster, and that's what I feel. It's like, wow, this was very personal to him. And I saw some things I thought I'd never seen on the screen. I thought there was some brilliant stuff in it. Yeah. I won't spoil it, but it's got Parker Posey, one of our favorites,
Parker Posey.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, awesome. So, my video movie corner pick of the week. Thank you, by the way, Matches. That was awesome.
Oh, you can usually find Hereditary on Hulu or something like that. I don't know. Probably on Hulu.
Oh, is it on Hulu?
I guess. It usually is.
You say
No, I'm probably on HBO now. HBO has all the A24 movies, so try HBO Max. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they have like a little section, don't they, on the Max?
I keep forgetting to tell people where they can find the movie, so go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you were done, but you weren't, and I'm glad you said that in case you want to watch
I was
it.
done. I just forgot. Go ahead.
Well, speaking of being done, my video movie quarter pick of the week is also a horror film. It is not quite as elevated or thinking piece as yours, but it does star Toni Collette. And it's a Christmas movie. My video movie quarter pick of the week is one of the rare Christmas horror movies that I think works, and that would be Krampus from 2015. Directed by Michael Dougherty or Dougherty. I don't.
I never saw it, but I figured it would be really bad, but I've heard it's actually good.
Oh no, it's not bad. It's okay. It is a funny little romp. Let me tell you something. This movie, directed by the guy who directed Trick or Treat, it is a romp. Okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know the legend of Krampus, it's a different name in different cultures, but Krampus is basically like the anti-Santa.
Yeah.
He's like the bad guy. Like, if you're good, Santa comes. If you're bad, you get coal from Santa. And if you're really bad, Krampus gonna get you.
Now, people in other cultures that celebrate Krampus, do they also do Santa Claus with that, or is it just Krampus?
That's a good question. And the guy I went with kept calling it Krampus too.
Yeah,
Krampus as well. I mean, yeah.
It's
He's like, we're going to see Krampus. I'm like,
Krampus. Krampus? I don't know, something like that.
I got some Krampus. I need to drink some hot tea. Yeah. So Krampus is the story of this typical American family that is about to celebrate Christmas. The family's coming over, and the little boy is trying to just get the spirit of Christmas because the parents are going through the motion, played by Adam Scott and Toni Collette, the always fun Adam Scott.
Oh, nice.
The uncle is played by the ever lovable and always reliable David Koechner.
Okay.
And the cute little Allison Tolman, who recently from St. Denis Medical, she was on the first season of Fargo, and she was awesome. She plays Toni Collette's sister.
Nice.
I can't remember her name. She's hilarious. I hate to say what she was from, but she played Berta on 2.5 Men, and I usually know her name. I can't remember. She plays the drunk crazy aunt, and the little boy's trying to find the spirit of Christmas.
Is it Melanie Linsky?
No, not Melanie Linsky. No,
okay.
No.
She was on that for something.
I forget her name. She's like a big, hulking kind of woman, and I don't mean that rude.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they get together for Christmas. Adam Scott's mom is this literally old school European lady who barely speaks English, and the son gets mad because nobody's enjoying Christmas, and nobody's getting along, and he writes a letter to Santa, and his two girl cousins, who unfortunately David Koechner treats like boys and dresses like boys, they get the letter, embarrass him, he rips it up, and the grandma reminds him the story of Krampus, and he accidentally summons Krampus to their little burg, and things happen. I won't spoil it. It's funny. I wouldn't say it's scary. As Rocket said, it's not scary. It's not scary. It's not if you jump things. But the point of the movie, and here's the thing. Even though my wife thinks Christmas horror movies are the worst thing ever because she thinks Christmas should be just light and bright. And I agree. I love that part of it. This movie reminds me of the spirit of Christmas. I know that sounds corny and it sounds like I'm stretching. But when you watch it, you will get the feeling. Yeah, you will get that sentimental feeling.
Okay, if I watch this and you're wrong, Shannon, though, it's your ass. I'm just kidding. Don't you waste my time. My time is precious to me.
I hope I haven't wasted your life on Krampus.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know where it's streaming, but I know that it's fun to watch. It's probably streaming somewhere for free or for pay. And you should definitely watch it. It's a fun movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies to watch. And David Koechner, always reliably funny in it. And I wish I could remember
it's on everything. It's on Hulu. It's on Max. It's on Peacock. It's on Amazon Prime.
Do you have the actress's name who played Berta? I usually know
Let's see.
Oh, she's got Danica, Cranky, Crazy Larry, Samsonite, Mary Samsonite, Slappy. Well, anyway, while you're doing that,
yeah. Here we go. Wait, no, not Aunt Dorothy, right?
That might be her name in the movie.
Conchata Ferrell.
Conchata Ferrell, which I don't know how you pronounce that. Yes.
Is that it? Okay, that's who I was. That's who I was
yeah.
picturing. We said that. Oh, Seth Green's in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Justin Roiland as Clumpy.
What? Seth Green's not in Krampus.
Seth Green as Lumpy and Justin Roiland as Clumpy.
Now, well, if they are, I didn't know that. It must be little cameos.
Yeah. Were there little elves or something, or they sound like little elf names?
See, you know how Santa has little helpers?
Yeah.
Krampus has little scary helpers that try to eat you and kill you, and it's
they were
so
two of the
good.
helpers. That's what I guess the voices.
And the ending. I won't spoil anything about the ending. I'm gonna have to watch that again and see if I notice F3. I won't spoil the ending, but the ending is just—it's up to interpretation for some people. For me, I think I get it. But there you go. So I would suggest Krampus for your Christmas pleasure.
Okay, I'm glad you recommended that because I always meant to watch it and I just never did. So I'm going to get to do that now. It's on every streaming service imaginable, even the bad ones.
You better watch out. You better not pout.
Lights, please. And unto us, born this day, were Siskel and Ebert. Little cherubs from on high, looking down on us.
They told other reviewers, and they were so afraid of their reviews.
Well, Shannon, I gotta go, though.
Wait, you gotta go?
Yeah, it's time for me to go.
Whoa. Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out of this fun, old-fashioned podcast. No.
Why?
We're all in this together.
Why?
This is a full-blown, 4-alarm holiday emergency here. We're going to press on, and we're going to have the happiest podcast since Joe Rogan swapped mics with Mark Flippin' Maron. And when the last podcast on the left squeezes their fat white butts down that chimney tonight, they're going to find the jolliest bunch of buttholes this side of We Hate Movies. Where's the Tylenol?
Whoa!
Now, we're going to celebrate, and I'm going to light these lights, and I need a drum roll. Let's go.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, it didn't work. Hey, wait, hold on. Do you hear that? Something's coming from the tree.
What is it?
Hang on. So, I don't know. Squirrel!
Oh, no. Oh, Shannon. Drop and roll. Stop, drop, and roll.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our latest podcast episode of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Matches, did you have fun?
I had fun, yeah. Christmas is a good time. Almost as good as Halloween.
Well, Christmas is my wife's favorite holiday, and Halloween is my favorite holiday. And we both have fun with each other. It's like we allow each other to love it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I enjoy it.
And Rocket used to tell me that Easter was her favorite holiday.
Really?
I'm not sure with the egg hunting, being together.
Yeah,
with family, maybe?
the Easter baskets with the candy and the eggs. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, my dad started getting his, but it is fun.
Cadbury eggs.
We had a good time. I got a rock. Well, Matches, if they liked us or hated us, or if they want to actually sponsor us, which would be awesome.
It'd be cool.
How would they go about doing that?
Well, they can find us at the comment section below, or nomspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. Come on down. Can I have the last line before we end?
No. Yes, I'm just kidding. It's Christmas.
Great. Hey, it is Christmas. I've had a lot of fun Matches. I'm really enjoying doing this podcast with you. I sincerely mean that.
Me too. This has been the most fun of my entire life.
I agree, Matches. Our friendship has grown, much like a seed that grows into a... Oh, sorry. No, I agree. This is the most fun time of the year. So, here we go. Are you ready? Because we're wicked, you've been watching NOMS.
What was that? What was that?
I hope you're happy in the end.
I don't understand.
You didn't see Wicked?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You've never seen a trailer for Wicked?
No.
You've never seen the final note of defying gravity?
No.
Rap, cut into pose.
I'm going to see it.
Rubio hit the...
I'm going to go see that.
Oh, you should. Wicked is great. Okay, well, there you go. Once again, you've been watching NOMS.
And we're out.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.